Some of you will know my name's Katie. I've been battling breast cancer for the past year. Well, it'll be a year at the end of this month. So I was diagnosed after finding a small lump under my left arm, which turned out to be triple positive, grade 3, stage 1 breast cancer. I have had a lumpectomy and followed by 6 rounds of chemotherapy over the summer, and then I had 20 doses of radiotherapy, and I'm currently on an immunotherapy called Herceptin, I think it's an immunotherapy, and hormone therapy, which will continue for the next 5 to 10 years. So now I consider myself on the road to recovery. My prognosis is good, there's no evidence of any disease, and fingers crossed it stays that way. So what I thought I'd do is, having received the Royal Marsden Cancer Cookbook for Christmas this year, New Year's resolution, sort my diet out. I put on about a stone over the summer, well, just over a stone. And ideally I'd like to lose that again, start looking like myself, get my cheekbones back, lose the double chin, you know, standard stuff. So last night I studied this book in depth and I made my shopping list from it, which I've been out and got today. So I'll take you through what I've bought here in a moment. It cost me about £55 at Tesco's to get all of this, which is quite a lot of money really for this size shop, but hopefully I'll be able to make it go very far and it will last me a couple of weeks. But on to the cookbook. It's a fairly substantial cookbook. Obviously you all know the Royal Marsden has been a centre of excellence for cancer treatments here in the UK. And the Cancer Cookbook is quite a generalised look at cancer diets for people during treatment who are finding it hard to eat, and for people after treatment, because things like chemotherapy and various radiotherapies and drugs and things, they will affect your appetite, your taste and all sorts of things. So it takes you through basically what cancer is, how your diet can be affected, eating well when you have cancer, how do cancer treatments affect diet, what healthy eating is, how diet affects cancer treatments and cancer itself, and the different food groups, how they're good for you, so it's a little lesson in nutrition, all the different vitamins, minerals, body weight, challenges to healthy eating during cancer treatment, and taste changes, combating nausea. Yeah, pages and pages of advice that's quite generalised. So it recommends obviously a good, varied, clean, fresh diet, and that does include lots of protein from animal-based sources. Now, I can't call myself vegan. I am plant-based, and I occasionally have some milk or some cheese products, but on the whole I try not to eat animals. So that's going to be a challenge following this book, because a lot of the recipes, it says in here that protein from animal-based sources is of a higher quality than plant-based sources. I don't know how true that is. I'm not going to claim to be any sort of expert or doctor on nutrition or cancer treatment. This is literally going to be a story of how I personally am coping with eating post-treatment and on the path to recovery. We're going to test out some of the recipes in this book, see how easy they are, see how tasty they are, because there's a whole section on recipes for during treatment, and the last half of the book is recipes for after treatment, lots of them by various celebrities and names that you'll recognise. And there's these helpful tables that highlight the different recipes' uses during and after treatment. So what vitamins and minerals they're high in and what symptoms they're good for. For example, recipes for if you've got a sore mouth. So what I've ended up buying on my shop is lots of fruit and veg, obviously, organic spinach, it's high in iron, tomatoes, they're full of lycopene, not sure how to pronounce that, onions and sweet potatoes, citrus fruits, they're full of vitamin C, which is very good for you, some nuts and seeds, dried apricots to go in my oat porridge of a morning, no added sugar, I might add. We have got shallots and shiitake mushrooms because one of the recipes I'm going to try out required them. Red and orange foods such as these mini peppers because that colour of food is very high in nutrients. For protein I've got some cauldron organic tofu. I don't think there's enough studies really on whether organic is worth it or not, but I try and err on the side of caution and go for organic when I can. These happen to be on offer in Tesco, so that's why I ended up with the organic tofu this time, but I'm usually not that fussy. Rice, that's both normal rice to put in recipes, but also the easy quick cook packets, because when you're ill, when you're tired, sometimes the last thing you want to do is cook. So I've got myself some easy options here that I can just zap and cook up quickly when my back's aching too much and things. One of the things it recommended was flaxseed or flax oil, neither of which I could find. So I've ended up getting red palm fruit and rapeseed oil. Now, immediately I was like, red palm fruit? Does that come from palm forest, you know, the deforestation and the death of the orangutans and all that kind of stuff? It's like you want to avoid palm oil. There's lots of arguments for that on social media and things. But it said it's high in natural antioxidants, vitamin E, provitamin A, omega-3 and 6, all of which the cookbook goes on a lot about. And it does have this little pamphlet saying it's an environmental policy coming from long-established certified non-peat plantations and stuff. So I'll look into that a bit further and let you know, but it seems like quite a good option, especially as it says use a third less of it than other oils, and it was only £2 for that big bottle, so it was quite cost effective too. Apple juice, just to loosen up any smoothies that I'll be having for my morning breakfast, and pineapple and a watermelon because both full of vitamin C and good for you, but the watermelon is actually part of one of the recipes I'm going to do. And this humongous head of broccoli, because broccoli is the ultimate superfood. Whenever the cookbook mentions anything, it gives an example as broccoli containing the vitamin that you need. So that's ticked lots of boxes with that big head of broccoli there. So yeah, I look forward to, over the next few weeks, sharing my meals on my Instagram, and then once a week I'll be doing a cookery video. I'll be cooking up one of the recipes from the Cancer Cookbook. As a complete amateur, I am not a chef, I've never had any cookery lessons. My only knowledge of cancer is my own experience of it. So it's just a real life take on whether this book's any good really, and how the diet goes and how I feel on it. So you enjoy.